in the charming town of Magnolia Grove, South Carolina, where the air was always filled with the scent of blooming magnolias and the hum of cicadas. Evelyn Harper led a life that seemed perfect. At 52, she was the epitome of Southern grace. Her auburn hair flowed in soft waves, framing a face with emerald eyes that sparkled with allure. Her body, still holding the elegant curves of her youth, was a sight to behold. Her rounded hips flowed into a slender waist, while her full breasts, subtly accentuated by the dresses she chose with care, made men catch their breath. Her skin, smooth and warm with a light southern tan, glowed softly, and every step she took was filled with a grace that drew eyes like a magnet. Her husband, Robert Harper, 55, was a respected lawyer, known for his sharp mind and devotion to his family. They had been married for 27 years, raised two children who were now at college, and their sprawling colonial home felt emptier than ever. But beneath this perfect facade, Evelyn hid a secret that threatened to unravel their marriage with a quiet, devastating force. It all began on a swelteringly unbearable August afternoon, when Robert was away in Charleston for a high-profile case. Evelyn, restless and craving something beyond her monotonous routine, decided to visit the local art gallery, a place she hadn't stepped foot in since her youth. There, amidst the soft glow of oil paintings, she met Daniel Carter, a 48-year-old artist with a rugged charm that reminded her of old Hollywood leading men. His warm smile and paint-stained hands captivated her as he spoke passionately about his work. Evelyn felt a flutter in her chest, a sensation she hadn't experienced in years. When he offered to show her his studio, she hesitated for only a moment before agreeing, her heart racing with a mix of guilt and exhilaration. In the dimly lit studio, surrounded by canvases and the scent of turpentine, Daniel's gaze lingered on her, tracing the curve of her waist and the soft swell of her hips. Hugged by her dress, he whispered how her skin glowed in the lamplight, and his fingers brushed her arm, a touch so light yet electric that it sent a shiver down her spine. They didn't cross any lines that day, but the unspoken tension hung heavy in the air, and Evelyn left with a promise to return. Over the next few months, her visits to Daniel became a ritual. Laughter over glasses of wine, stolen glances that turned into lingering touches, and finally, a kiss that left her body trembling with desire. His rough hands slid along her waist, leaving warmth on her skin, and she craved his attention. So different from Robert's predictable affection. But Daniel wasn't the only one. Evelyn met Michael, a 50-year-old contractor, who came to repair their porch in the fall. His broad shoulders and easy laugh drew her in, and one afternoon, while Robert was at the office, Michael pressed her close in the shade of the magnolia tree in their backyard. His warm breath on her neck, as he whispered how her body called to him, made her heart race, and his hands, gliding over her hips, left a burning trail on her skin. Then there was James, a 45-year-old jazz musician she met at a local festival in November. His saxophone melodies spoke to her soul, and after a late-night performance, they danced under the stars. His fingers caressed her lower back, sending waves of warmth through her, and his lips, brushing her neck, made her skin tingle with goosebumps. Each man offered something unique: Daniel's passion, Michael's strength, James's rhythm, and Evelyn wove a web of secrets, each encounter bolder than the last. Meanwhile, Robert began to notice changes. Her laughter grew brighter, her gaze distant, and she often slipped away with vague excuses about book clubs or charity events. One evening, he found a receipt for a bottle of wine he didn't recall buying. Dated for a day, he was out of town. His heart sank, but he couldn't bring himself to confront her not yet. One night, when Robert was supposed to be late at the office, he returned home early. Climbing the stairs, he heard muffled voices from their bedroom. The door was ajar, and what he saw shattered his heart. Evelyn lay on their bed, her bare shoulders and curves illuminated by the soft lamplight, entwined with two men, Daniel and Michael. Her skin glistened with a sheen of sweat. Her lips parted slightly as she whispered something to Daniel while Michael kissed her neck, his hands sliding along her waist. The scene was both sensual and devastating, and Robert, unable to bear it, slammed the door open, making all three freeze. "Evelyn, what the hell is this?" His voice trembled with rage and pain. Evelyn jumped up, her eyes wide with horror, as Daniel and Michael scrambled to dress. Avoiding his gaze, she tried to explain, her voice shaking. "Robert, I felt invisible. I needed more." But Robert, not listening, stormed out, leaving her in tears. At the annual Magnolia Grove Winter Gala, the tension reached its peak. Evelyn, radiant in an emerald gown that hugged her figure, drew every eye. But Robert, still wounded, noticed her slip away to the balcony to speak with James, the musician. Overhearing James murmur, "You were like a dream on that dance floor," Robert couldn't hold back. He demanded answers, and Evelyn, broken, confessed everything, including the night he caught her with her lovers. The gala guests, overhearing the commotion, fell silent, and Robert walked away into the night. In the weeks that followed, they began to really talk for the first time in years. Robert admitted his focus on work had left Evelyn feeling neglected. Evelyn shared her longing for passion. They sought counseling, determined to rebuild their marriage, but the scars ran deep. Evelyn never saw her lovers again, but their memories lingered like ghosts, a reminder of the fire she chased and the home she nearly burned down. As spring returned to Magnolia Grove, they sat on their porch, sipping sweet tea in silence, their hands inches apart, but not touching. The road to healing was long, but a flicker of hope hung in the air, a chance to rediscover their love. Thank you for being with us. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.